Ah, yes. I expected this. I knew my loyal and humble audience would return like good little piggies to a trough of knowledge. And to anybody new here, hello. I'm sorry. I am Sex King, your alluring host for this evening, and I'd like to treat you all to a story. As I stated in my previous story, I used to be death before becoming Sex King, and I'd like to share with you today one of those deaths. The death of analog horror.
Sup?
Crosive, don't fucking say that in front of our guests! Hey, look, everyone. It's my best buddy Crosive the Crow. I was about to tell them all about the death of analog horror.
You mean like that fucking trend that all the were doing?
No! Stop it! I'm talking about the death of a man named Analog Horror.
What?
See, look! Analog P Horror!
That's really stupid.
No, it's not, but thank you for watching your language.
Later!
Crosive! Now then, on with the story. Analog Horror was a worthless piece of shit who never took responsibility for his actions because the world failed to put any on him. He was a long man with long head and long body and long hair and penis. On his 18th birthday, Analog Horror walked into a convenience store and bought a lottery ticket with $1 he found. He won $14 jillion and was crowned King of Earth. His first order of business was to fuck a person, and everyone did. He then ordered that all spiders be killed, so everyone ate them. But then, when they found out how important spiders are to the ecosystem, some people morphed into spiders as replacement, which pleased Analog Horror, even though he just made spiders again. Analog Horror then decided he wanted to try moon food. So the government made him a trampoline to let him jump all the way. Holding his breath the entire way, he exploded onto the moon, right next to a moon food truck selling moon tacos. That are delicious, by the way. I recommend the chorizo ones. Analog Horror got curious and tried to breathe in the moon air. And he did. Turns out everyone else who's gone to space are either pussies or cowards. He then ate his tacos and jumped onto the return trampoline as it exploded back on Earth and a whole forest was destroyed, which people decided they didn't much like the forest anyway. How convenient. Analog Horror then told everyone to colonize the moon by jumping on the trampoline and breathing moon air. 10,000 people jumped. 37 survived, with the rest either compressing into mulch on impact or missing the moon entirely. It was a very busy day. This was seen as a resounding success. For the mulched remains of the dead bore a fruitful soil, and a lush green moon sits in the sky, and everyone decides they like it better. Of course they do. It's a green moon. Analog Horror then decided that he could fly, so wings of bone and cool red energy in the in-between parts sprouted from his back. Here, I drew a picture. Pretty cool, huh? He used his wings to fly into space, right to the sun. He said, "Hello." The sun said, "Hello back." I don't know how. Analog Horror continued. I'm looking for cool aliens. Where are some cool aliens? The sun pointed to exactly where they were. The sun pointed. Analog thanked him, flying towards the cool aliens. soaring past solar systems, moving at the speed of sex. He thought it best to take a rest on a comet heading the exact direction he needed to go. Feeling tired, Analog Horror laid down and slept for 14.5 seconds, feeling completely rested, and had also arrived at his destination, finding an alien who said, "What's up, buddy?" in perfect English. Analog Horror responded, "Not much, dude," as he looked upon the landscape before him. A planet with rolling mountain ranges. If mountains were entirely stone, purple, and that stone were also smoke. Did I mention rolling? It was literally rolling. "What a beautiful planet you have," said Analog Horror. The alien made a happy sound and danced a little bit. Analog Horror thought, "How delightful! I should fuck it." So he did. It died. Then a buttload more aliens showed up and said, "Holy shit, you killed Globulus!" And Analog Horror said, "Oopsie." The alien leader said, "Actually, thank you. Apparently, he was a serial sex criminal whose and multiple people." So the aliens gave him an elixir of always youngness made of space goat milk, and the aliens dipping their genitalia in it and concentrating so unbelievably hard that I actually don't believe it. Analog Horror drank it in one gulp, saying, "Yum! It tastes like strawberries. Do you know where I can find more really cool aliens?" One alien said, "Yes, on that blue planet over there. There are aliens, and they're cooler than we are." Analog Horror said, "Hooray!" and jumped toward it so hard that the planet below incinerated immediately. He then landed on this new planet with lush blue carpentry making up the geography and met those even cooler aliens whose skin was a mix between green and crying at a good movie. With 12 arms and 3 legs or 2 legs and a penis or 3 penises, Analog Horror said, "Wow, what cool aliens! Is there any of you who is a criminal?" One alien actually raised some of its hands and said, "Yes, I've got a speeding ticket." So Analog Horror beat him to death and said, "There! Now give me cool thing." And these cool aliens said, "Sure." Analog Horror then tried this with literally every planet and alien race ever. And it fucking worked every time. He got enough shit that he became the 3rd most powerful thing ever. So he decided to fight the 2nd most powerful thing ever. Breathing in its location, Analog Horror swam through eternity, where at the end led to the sight of every alien being's corpses, forming a stairway down. And down that stairway was nowhere. Descending into nowhere, Analog Horror found himself nowhere. He then declared his challenge. He died. I collected the bitch and sent him to nothing. The end. Fuck.